It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio.
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanishuku, aka Meta.
And Tracy FUMNR, aka Class.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
On the morning drive.
103.5 FM. Good morning and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM today, the 14th day of February 2024. Today is Wednesday, Valentine's Day, and the time is a minute past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Abona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. This morning, we're going to take you through the news, making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, The Nation. This day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper. Nigeria Breweries increases prices of products. Revive Murtala Muhammad ideals. A foundation tells a federal government. NHRC receives 1,147 rights abuse complaints in January. Union protests, gives NAFDAC 14 days to reverse sachet alcohol ban. Reps slate state police bill for second reading. Civil Service Boss seeks national conversation to end industrial conflicts. Master bakers, caterers to commence strike February 27th. Federal government, World Bank target $3 billion for fiber optic cables. How Nigeria can deploy artificial intelligence to tackle insecurity. National Assembly, outrage over 100 billion naira consultancy projects push for 20% of budget. Federal government considers commodity board to crash food prices as court ultimatum ends. Oil production drops, leaves 2024 budget with 400,000 barrel per day deficit. Oil production drops, leaves 2024 budget with 400,000 barrel per day deficit. Mba inaugurates Security Trust Fund projects 20 billion naira. Lagos Assembly decries naira depreciation, suggests ways to strengthen currency. Bago advocates commercialization of government agencies. SILAC, UK body raised alarm over Nigeria's population. Kaduna signs Security Trust Fund bill into law. NDFF conference holds May 8. 10 billion naira fraud. Drama as EFCC witness counters agency in court. Stop illegal miners in Just Park. Civil society organizations urges a Plateau government. Illicit drug ban. Addicts explore cemeteries for alternatives. Rep. Okay. Push for creation of Oke Ogun, Ijebu, and Ife Ijesa states in Southwest. Hardship. Reps beam searchlight on usage of over 6 trillion naira FAAC releases to states, councils, foundation to establish STI clinics in Benue, Abuja. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. And from the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. 4 die, 9 injured in Plateau auto crash. Reps to investigate domestic gas explosions. NEMA seeks support for regional disaster resilience strategy. Federal government launches Palaku initiative against farmers' herders conflict. Federal government launches Pulaku initiative against farmers' herders conflict. Traders call for holistic approach to economic hardship. Uzodinma heads APC Edo Governorship Primary Election Committee. Mba inaugurates Enugu Security Trust Fund, projects 20 billion naira. Reps reject bill to make first degree compulsory qualification for contesting election. Edo poll, 960 delegates to affirm APC primary election. Fuel subsidy removal, we now know better, PDP governors. Akpabio swears in 3 new senators. PDP governors ask Damagum to convey NEC meeting. Nigeria is at critical stage. Haliru. PDP leaders arrive for party's BOT meeting. Crisis rocks Labour Party over 3 billion naira campaign funds. Holding all elections in one day makes sense, Akanda. Nigeria is at critical stage. Things you probably didn't know about late Access Bank GMD Herbert Wigwe. Again, CBN raises import duty forest rate. 4th time in 10 days. CIPESS call for applications into short course programs. JAMB warns students against fake admission letters. Bubara approves 30,000 naira minimum wage for local government workers. Wigwe. Access Holdings appoints Bolaji Abude as acting group CEO. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Leadership newspaper this morning, bank credit to economy rises by 44% to 96.2 trillion naira. Equities market shares 183 billion naira in bearish trading. Naseni recommits to delivering on mandate. NSIA, Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, unveils $220,000 a prize for innovation. NIMASA deploys floating dock to steam 180 billion naira annual capital flight. ASIC Homes to begin operations in Rivers Park. And that's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. $6.2 million theft. Federal government declares CBN staff orders wanted for forging Buhari's signature. Africa remains dynamic institution. Career case. First Bank to reward customers with 36 million naira reward in first mobile cash out promo. Further interest rate hike, not good for economy. Commercial partners. Nigeria's oil output rises further by 6.9% to 1.43 million barrel per day. OPEC. Nigeria's oil output rises further by 6.9% to 1.43 million barrel per day. OPEC. Naira falls to 1,510 naira per dollar in parallel market. Over 96% of 2023 second WASEC results released. EFCC arrests 2 men for currency racketeering in Abuja. We won't rejoin ECOWAS. Release Bazoum, Niger coup leader. Igbo communities move to end female genital mutilation. Reps member seeks creation of 3 states in Southwest. Hardship. Federal government tackles PDP governors. Others, you are playing to the gallery. Comparing our economic challenges to Venezuela. Federal government to PDP governors. Performance evaluation. Kanu governor may reshuffle cabinet. Issues 10-day ultimatum to commissioners. Reject IMF, World Bank offers. Falana cautions federal government. Reps step down bill to change educational qualification for president, vice, others. PDP confirms Wabara as a BOT chairman. Reps member seeks creation of 3 states in Southwest. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. I stabbed AAUA female student to death to steal her iPhone XR. Suspect. Bandits kill policemen. 2 others abduct 40 in Zamfara. I make 250K weekly from unsuspecting motorists. Lasma impersonator confesses. 6 ways to avoid. Minister places 2 million naira bounty on lawyer for allegedly burning house help. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Naira gains at official market weakens to 1,500 naira per dollar parallel market. Shoyinka to deliver Punch 50th anniversary lecture, February 29th. Yobe. Crash report, ready March. Kingsmen declare 8-day mourning. Customers are tired of estimated billing. Federal government wants discos. Tinubu gives Eagles lands, houses, national honors after AFCON. Buhari's signature forged to move $6.2 million from CBN, ex-SGF. Cost of living. Federal government NLC meeting deadlocked. Bakers threatened shutdown. Fire got Paracourt registry. Federal government unveils Pulaku initiative to end farmer headers clashes. Authorize me to go after Yoruba monarchs killers. Gani Adams. Shops. Goods destroyed in Lagos. Tanker explosion. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. 5 killed, 12 injured in Lagos Ibadan expressway crash. 53-year-old engineer remanded for alleged 40 million naira fraud. Police arraign slain Ondo Varsity students suspected killer. Fake ASP with Indian hemp. 21 others named in Gombe. Family seeks justice as police probe death of Rivers graduate. 4 killed, 9 injured as 2 trucks crash in Plateau. Fleeing suspected kidnappers of Plateau Catholic priest arrested. State governors determined to reposition PDP. Bala Mohammed, Biwara, not Articles S aid, says ex-VP Media Office. Not on ending battle with terror. Edo, PDP holds delegates Congress in 17 local governments. Benue APC gets acting chairman. Edo APC clears Osumbo. Others for screening. Afenifere has no regret supporting Tinubu to be president. Secretary. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. Governors must do more to halt food crisis. Tackling the fire outbreak menace. Nigeria should reverse Dangote importing crude from US. And that's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. FCT Grand Rent. Your titles will be revoked in 2 weeks. Wike warns Cote d'Ivoire Embassy. Others. Ex-SGF Boss Mustafa exonerates self. Buhari from alleged $6.2 million foreign election observers payment. Tinubu honors Super Eagles with national awards. Lands in FCT. Senate in closed door meeting with security chiefs, NSA, ministers. Football fan eulogize Tekno as AFCON 2023 comes to dramatic end. We will engage federal government to revitalize Delta ports, Oborowori. Why I am succeeding as FCT minister, Wike. Yobe. Governor Buni calls for calm as tricycle operators stage protests. Ex-spokesperson of Ebonyi PDP, Nwoba, remanded in prison over defamatory publication. Ex-spokesperson of Ebonyi PDP, Nwoba, remanded in prison over defamatory publication. Sacked Ekiti workers seek reinstatement, payment of 5 years salary arrears. Asaba of Asaba, Kingdom, Chike, Edozian, passes on. Explain to Nigerians how you spend allocations, presidency to PDP governors. Biwara, not my aid. Atiku. Edo Guba, only state leadership authorized to sell delegates forms. Labour Party. Edo Guba, APC holds World Delegates Congress. Abure in secret alliance with Obaseki, PDP, Labour Party treasurer, alleges. Ondo PDP chieftain Akirimbido defects to APC. Police arrest 72 criminals in 2 weeks. Lasma arrests serial impersonator. Police arrest 16 suspects for various offenses in Gombe. Police parade man who allegedly sodomized teenagers in Edo. Kanu Hisba arrests TikToker Muja Kunya for immorality. Fire guts Yobe Varsity's female hostels. Tinubu seeks confirmation of CBN NACON. Port Harcourt refinery gets 475,000 barrels of crude oil from Shell. Tinubu seeks confirmation of CBN NACON MPC board members. You are making money. CAC says content creators must register. Master bakers, caterers in Nigeria to begin nationwide strike February 27th. Samuel Obumedia Stadium to host MPFL Youth League final. And that's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. MFL's $6.2 million trial. Buhari's signature forged, says ex-SGF. 3 forgery suspects declared wanted. Federal government knocks PDP governors for failing as leaders. Audit report. No record of funds recovered between 2016 to 2019. Access holding 6 CBN nod for Agbede as Weebay's successor. Payment of wage award for federal workers resumes. Shetima inaugurates panel on header farmer clash. 44.2% pass WAEC with 5 credits. After meeting with service chiefs, Senate hopeful of better security. After meeting with service chiefs, Senate hopeful of better security. Tinubu moves to stop brain drain in health sector. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Average nurse in 135,000 naira monthly, says Nursing Council Registrar. Akpabio swears in 3 senators. Asaba Regent installed 7 days morning declared in Asaba. Asaba Regent installed 7-day morning declared in Asaba. Wike to Abuja residents. No going back on outstanding grand rent. Onido appeals to Makinde for reinstatement 13 years after deposition. Civil society organizations urge NLC to shelve proposed strike. Edo PDP risk not having candidate over irregularities. Fire got Kwara High Court complex. Ekiti PDP stakeholders seek end to intra-party crisis. Rivers community begins mourning today. And that's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Enugu governor appoints a Professor Okereke SA on climate change, sustainability, development. Ojikalo Oba, Elebele, Wusewe, top SV Awards nominees. Governor Mba inaugurates Enugu Security Trust Fund, projects 20 billion naira for security. The Sun Award, we are pleasantly surprised to be recognized. Oge Obi Ndubisi. Nigeria sick in ICU. President CBCN. Federal government begs NLC TUC to withdraw 14-day ultimatum, pledges to resume payment of wage award. Protests, more troubles for nurses as NMCN insists on new guidelines. Hardship, lack of sincerity of purpose, reasons Nigerians are relocating. Ojukwu. NSIA, Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, earmarks $220,000 reward for best innovative startup. Economic hardship, APC youths lament hunger, insecurity in Northwest. Tinubu to commission Aba Power Plant, February 2024. Tinubu to commission Aba Power Plant, February 24, 2024. Federal government calls for inter-ministerial partnership to end hunger. Lagos Country Club celebrates New Year, rewards outstanding members. Again, federal government hikes import tariff to 1,400 naira per dollar. Students, Airtel partners Rodukate launches data bundle to aid exam success. LASUED matriculation. Varsities are pivotal to nation building. Lagos State Government. Kaduna local government share rewards DPO with 1 million naira for rejecting bribe from suspected kidnapper. Northeast Group condemns political incitement argument. Yobe, Nigeria, US synergize to unravel cause of shopper crash. Nurses protest. Heartbreak for nurses as council insists on new guidelines. Bellagio Airlines boss Lord's leadership of NCAA. Azik Homes to commence sales of its luxury houses in River Park assures public of best rates. MBCC. Experts predict huge opportunities, urge friendly regulations for housing industry. DSP Alamesseya Foundation donates free JAMB forms to 100 Bayelsa youths. Apple Valley Hotel and Suites open in Oka, Anambra State. Senator Sani pays condolence visit to former NUJ scribe in wake of mother's death. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps arrests 3 suspects over railway track vandalism. Police arrest 2 armed robbery murder suspects in Edo. We will remain and continue to invest in Nigeria. Shell to OGFZA. Zipline partners with RDB to transform tourist experiences, boost local businesses. Minister Tijani, NCC boss, revamping communication sector. Center. Jubilation as Atigwe is sworn in as a National Assembly member of Iweze North Udenu Federal Constituency. I am overwhelmed by your show of love to me, says Anambra's uncommon philanthropist, Sir Emeka Ofo at 65. Hackathon Africa 2.0 kicks off in Enugu with 20 trainees. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Sun newspaper this morning. As we await network on the Sun newspaper, let's flip over to this day newspaper. Stop playing to the gallery. Federal government blasts opposition governors. NLC strike notice. Federal government pushes for fair, sustainable minimum wage, begins talks with labor. NLC strike notice. Federal government pushes for fair, sustainable minimum wage, begins talks with labor. NUPRC says plan to conduct closed bid round for oil, gas block, Lego. UK signs enhanced trade investment partnership agreement with Nigeria. Tinubu speaks with grieving about Wiwe's parents, comforts couple. NUPRC says plan to conduct closed bid round for oil, gas blocks, Lego. Naira gains at both official market, parallel market to 1,499 naira per dollar, 1,495 naira per dollar. Federal government to establish commodity board to tackle rising food inflation. others. Tinubu asked Senate to confirm 5 nominees as CBN board directors. Niger CJ, you can't wish alleged corruption in judiciary away. NUPRC says plan to conduct closed bid round for oil gas block Lego. We've taken this. Investors lose 183 billion naira on profits taken in Guinness, Nigeria. 29 others. Customers to win big at Lapo promo raffle draws. Sanitizing tax environment for revenue optimization. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on this day newspaper. Please stay with us.
Hey, Valentine Kappa, Gadikwa Leguo, Vika, Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites, Ogidi, there was a Valentine show for both singles and married with Love Doctor of Ebonadi FM. Ogadi, Batuka, 18th February 2024. Na Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites, Ogidi. There will be game shows for couples. Okay, Imara Wunye Ginkoma, why? Imara Diginkoma, Dina Wunye Gabandin Kembo, Agenya Otu Abale, na Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites. Nefu, Tinepa standing fan, with Dina Dinimea, Dina Wunye Gabandin Kabo, Gerita MP3 woofer, Ebendin Kabo, Gerita 10,000 naira. Yanafa, consolation prizes in Dogodi Chiche. Venue, Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites, off Oyolista Market by Eras Mbekwe Road, Ogidi. Time, 12 noon till Kokoroko. For booking of accommodations and inquiries, phone on Bandia 080-289-67296. Mobile 080-289-67131. Come with your partner to rekindle the life of your love. Get fee is free. Valentine show for singles and married with the Love Doctor of Ebonadi FM 103.5 at Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites. Ogidi, Jackie Praya Salon.
Ndị banye Oseti Gọvanọ ndị Monarch Events and Promotions na-akpọ ha n'eze ka ha bịawere anya ha hụ ndị otu ọgbọ ndị Naijiria ji eme ọnụ na asọmpi kara aka nke a kpọrọ The Lion Heart and the Champion Homecoming. Asọmpi ga-adị n'etiti ndị otu ọgbọ ndị Naijiria na ọtụtụ ndị mba ọzọ a ga-etinye bụ ọkpọ n'ogogo dị iche iche. N'afọ Nnobi n'Idemili South Local Government Area, Anambra State bụ Victor Bennett, onye gara kụọ ọkpọ na Ghana wee tụrụ ugo mmeri wee lọta, ga-akụ ọkpọ live n'ụbọchị ahụ ya na onye ogbo ya bụ Queen Honest Diego, onye Ecuador. Bịa nye anya nke ọ na-eri ndị Afrịka ndị welitere isi n'igwe egwu ga-anọ ya live, tinyere ndị kọmedian ndị ga-emego obi ụtọ. Ọtụtụ ndị welitere isi na mba ụwa dị iche n'iche ga-anọkwa ya ka anyị pụta n'igwe ụbọchị Satọde bụ 17 February n'afọ 2024 ka anyị kwado ha n'ogige International Conference Center Ọka, Anambra State. Ọ ga-akpọtụ ya bụ gbasakwa ndị ya ajụ ụlọ Love Bites Fruits and Beverages Limited Nnobi na-akwado isi ya.
Holy Ghost Adoration Ministry UK, Anambra, Nigeria presents 7 Days Camping Crusade to end the 33 days weapon of warfare prayer march. Are you in desire to encounter the Holy Spirit? Are you facing challenges that seem to be after your life? This program is for you. Come and receive your healing, total redemption, deliverance, and lots more. Date Sunday 18th to Saturday 24th February 2024 with morning, afternoon, and night prayer sessions daily. Venue Holy Ghost Adoration Ground UK. Host and ministering Reverend Father Emmanuel Obima Ebube-Monso. For hotel bookings and inquiries, kindly call 070-187-33337 or 080-839-20951 or 090-464-75809. Join our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Father Ebube-Monso, which is spelled as FADAEBUBEMUONSO. Come and be blessed forever.
Prophet Robinson Ike, the leader of indigenous group Dominant Force for Biafra, DFFB, brings good tidings to the people of Igbo land and Nigeria. Prophet Robinson Ike foresees that there will be rainfall on Thursday, 15 February 2024, for a new beginning, a rainfall of blessings upon showers of blessings, showers of healing. For more clarification on what this means for every individual in the southeast, south, and the whole of Nigeria, call 070 31 34 7161.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Oh, yes. Chinekani can be get Obama. Evangelist Brother James Salom. When I just went in, I know Jesus said to him, come so you them more. He had to be him more. He said, I'm not going to give away. I'm not going to teach it. Now, all Hanese. Now, 3 nights adoration crusade. And I took about this whole car on Wednesday, 14th, Thursday, 15th, Friday, 16th. All night adoration. All night adoration. I get just going to have 21 days fasting and prayer and get people come to January. Guru Dagaki, Guru Sobu, I have been a son of Gaga, and I take a video of the Beregi. Guru Daga, keep like a Gaga, open the door. Wada, Makana Chile can be here the Bama. Get about that event, all the phone or Chile done about all the city, getting of a new road. You see about now, positive of a new road, now Sama Junction, Ilana Makandi, Holy Land Direction City, for more direction, about 080 331 93613, 080 331 93613. Chile County can be here with Bama. God bless you.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as well live at Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to this day newspaper to reward customer with 36 million naira. Cedrus advises Nigerians to escape poverty through savings, investments. Black Scale 2024 Outlook unveils key trends in global talent market. Customers to win big at Lapo promo raffle draws. Between Abiodu's legacy and Uruomo's fall. Hurdles before Soludo in quest for second term in Anambra. Plateau and the 16 contentious assembly seats. As Senate interfaces with service chiefs, security heads Tuesday. Hardship, the orgy of buck passing. Lessons from Wike from Delta State. Lessons for Wike from Delta State. Agostos and Co. Petrol sector will grow. Manufacturing will suffer in 2024. Tinubu, Akpabio, Abbas will be governors. Others mourn Herbert Wigwe family members, Ogum Banjo. And that's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. From this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Insecurity. Senate passes vote of confidence in service chiefs. WAEC releases December 2023 examination results. Records 44.29% pass. MFLE documents used to pay international election observers $6.2 million forged. SGF Mustafa. Take charge in nation building. Minister Nnaji urges Nigerian youths. Ekiti Chief Akande felicitates newly installed Ipon monarch. Nimasa prepares a floating dock for installation, moves facility to jetty. Emir of Kanu's insult to Tinubu. Don't push ASU to embark on strike again. Vice Chancellor tells federal government. Tinubu matter don't pass, be careful. Official Naira exchange rate beats parallel market in record depreciation. How about Weewe's aid escaped helicopter crash that killed CEO family? Reps receive bill seeking creation of 3 more states in Southwest. Port shut down imminent as workers reject federal government's 50% revenue slash. Gas explosion rocks Lagos community. I made 250,000 naira weekly from traffic offenders. Lasma impersonator. Naira volatility. Banks to fix forest rates. CBN. Nimasa prepares a floating dock with taking days. Foundation pays 16 million naira for indigent students' exam registration in Ebonyi. 2024 budget. Pro-democracy groups fought socio-economic rights and accountability projects over suits against National Assembly. PDP decries a posting of health workers in Sokoto. Fulani group calls for immediate release of Mate Allah president. Lagos Assembly decries a downward slide of Naira against dollar. Protest. Yobe Governor Buni calls for calm, enhanced security measures. World Radio Day. Governor Ododo pledges to boost community broadcasting for civic engagement. Lagos government commences regeneration of Ajegunle schools. Still on the stories, making the headlines on the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Kogi government clamps down on 17 illegal tertiary institutions. UK firm signs a 14 million pounds deal to supply Nigeria breweries 100% renewable power. UK firm signs a 14 million pounds deal to supply Nigeria breweries 100% renewable power. Sloga pays tribute to Governor Akeredolu. Governor Ododo condones Access Holdings over Herbert Wike's demise. Declares state of emergency on drug abuse. NGSF to government. Gombe governor reopened government mega college after 11 years of closure. Non-governmental organization to build clinic treat STIs in Benue, Abuja. Ibadan Boys High School old students celebrate son Yusuf Ali. Nigeria has no problem, but its inhabitants. Oba of Lagos. Oyo Magnet. Chief Olusegun Joseph Are emerges Obadofin elect. And that's the much we can take from Nigerian Tribune this morning, and that will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now flip over to our WhatsApp portal to bring you reactions this morning. From our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Agunabu and it's joining us from Ofa Gluzibo. And it says, in Nigeria, a deadly group like Boko Haram terrorists is now Fulani farmers clash. Let them tell us the truth. All this killing in northern Nigeria are now Fulani farmers clash. We are watching things as it is unfolding. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. This one is coming from Valentine Edene from Umpo, and it says, I want to ask this morning if Nigerian government is fighting corruption or promoting corruption because of MFLA arraignment has implicated ex-President Buhari. They began to allege that Buhari's signature is forged. Let's be aware. No one is above the law. Valentine Edene from Umpo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Christian Ufundo from Onisha, and it says Nigeria is at critical stage, and not only at critical stage, but at a terminal stage. When one is sick and instead of showing signs of recovery, the ailment increases, it gives no hope to the family of the sick person, and he may end up in being lowered to the grave. And it says, federal government begs NLC to withdraw a 14-day ultimatum. Federal government is dribbling the NLC like a football, and the NLC in turn makes itself a rat in the midst of cats. One thing is sure, as a man makes his bed, so shall he lie on it. NLC has made itself a reed being blown by the wind, and at the same time made itself a group known for swaying side by side. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Paul Nwizu from Onitsha, and it says hunger in Nigeria is man-made. Let's have security so that farmers can go to their farms. We know our problems, but pretend we do not know anything. The people in power is confused. Many people are gone because of insecurity. We must be our brother's keepers. Pauline Nizu from Onitsha. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It is coming from Waloto Patrick from Munteja, and he says, I quite support the protest by some unions against NAFDAC for banning sachet alcoholic drinks. What pains me most is that it is becoming a tradition for some people to leave the objects and continue to chase the shadow. Otherwise, why should it be the priority of NAFDAC to ban alcoholic drinks in sachet? My question is that the problem of Nigeria? I think what NAFDAC ought to have done was to introduce stringent measures to regulate the productions of sachet alcoholic drinks instead of outright ban. I think they would have banned alcoholic drinks completely if that is their problem. For NAFDAC to ban only sachet alcoholic drinks in the country can be likened to a situation where the rich does not want the poor to survive because the rich is quite aware that the poor cannot afford the big bottle of the alcoholic drink, knowing fully well that alcohol can be described as an opium for the masses. So let NAFDAC have a rethink of their action. Think once again. It's coming from Waloto Patrick from Nteje. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from the boss from Okozo. And it says, why are they killing Obas in Yoruba land? This is bad news. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Comrade Ibudu from Abaga. And it says, Buhari's signature signed to withdraw money. This is what Nigerians always think about when and wherever they are opportune or chosen as a leader. God punish those responsible for hardship imposed on Nigerians. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Kenneth Ndubisu Kafo from Umueze, Umunachi, and he says, federal government unveils initiatives to tackle farmers' headers clash. February 27, it is high time Tinubu declared herdsmen with guns terrorists. How can food scarcity be tackled without addressing what caused the scarcity? Again, President Tinubu moved to stop migration of health workers. I wonder the measures he initiated to prevent the migration when he can't increase the salaries of workers, a provision of conducive environment for workers, and above all, insecurity and kidnapping propelled workers to move. So if federal government is serious to stop Japa syndrome, policy to address the above-mentioned problems must be implemented. Ndubisi Kenneth Okapo from Umueze, Umunachi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It is coming from Ebuka, Engineer Ebuka Joshua Dawson, and is joining us from 33. And he says $6.2 million theft. Federal government declares a CBN staff orders wanted for forging Buhari's signature. Are they trying to implicate former president? Kudos to the police high command as they arrested a dismissed officer of the Nigerian Air Force who has been supplying military camouflage and other accoutrements that belongs to security operatives to bandits terrorizing Zamfara state. Does it mean that a lot of security agents are behind the insecurity for money? This is coming from Engineer Ebuka Joshua Dawson, joining us from 33. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Christian Ufondo for once more, and he says, Senate passes vote of confidence on service chiefs. This is the type of story that we used to hear from our so-called senators, but alas, nothing good will come out of the group. What happened to the previous service chiefs of Buhari? Did they do well? Stop deceiving the citizens because we are aware of what is going on, only that we are not in the position to talk to the public concerning our experiences against the bad leaders of this country. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll now flip over to our SMS portal to bring you more reactions this morning. From our SMS portal, we have this message. It's coming from Aja from Odume, and it says, haven't heard that Army, Navy, or Civil Defense discovers illegal miners are from the northern side, but they rather discover from south and southeast. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we have this message. It's coming from Austin Ezanwaka from Umueze, Umunachi, and it says, the rejection by IPOB spokesman over Governor Mba of Enugu State his alleged plan to sell land to Fulani herdsmen for cattle ranching is in the interest of Igbo nation. Governor Mba's plan was in his own interest and not in the interest of his subjects. He has forgotten that Fulani has been the cause of the killings. Okay, some in the south. Okay, and he says, and he now wanted to settle them in the states in order to seek favor from them. And he says Mba should be warned to be careful not to fall into case he cannot come out of. He ought to know that every cattle ranch in Igbo land must be managed or owned by Igbo businessmen. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Alaket Adams from Jos, and he says, okay, bewildered that up till now, suspects has been apprehended in connection to Bokos Omangu local government area of Plateau State. It is Flagabast. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we have this message. It's coming from Honorable Onyedeka Osakoya, and he says, forging of Buhari's signature is not a new news. And Omen, as many things transpired during that regime, the rate of killings and kidnappings is enough for our president to resign if we happen to be of a civilized nation. So many things has gone wrong, and I'm afraid the nation is heading to another direction. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Honorable Onyedika Osakwe. We have a message that says, I urge our President Tinubu to fulfill his early promises that Nigeria refinery will start operating by December 2023 so that all this hardship and poor economic situation will stop. This is coming from Wingate Ikechukwu Nwakeze from Okozo. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. From our SMS portal, we'll flip over to our Facebook portal. We have this message. It's coming from Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri, and she says, husbands should make out time and take their wives out for relaxation, express unbound love, emotion, and affections for each other. Make the day full of passion and excitement. Let your wife feel the warmth and create a romantic and most memorable Valentine. It has spices to her life, and if maintained in marriage, it will never disintegrate. Tell her love more days than yesterday. Okay, I wish you had the best val ever. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara. Now we have this message. It's coming from Chenwoba Ume, and it says, signature of Buhari forged is how Nigeria always handle critical things and is very laughable. So Buhari is innocent. It is lack of insincerity, and we are watching. We are watching it from afar as it is unfolding. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Chinwoba Ume. On our WhatsApp portal, we have this message that is coming. This one is coming from Chike Obata from Obiniti Tokozu, and it says, may the souls of those dead in the crash, rest in peace. In the crash, rest in peace. Federal government and APC should stop tackling or political parties and plan how to deliver Nigeria from this hunger that is killing. And it says NLC should not listen to federal government this time and go ahead for strike. Congratulations to Super Eagles for the gift they got from President Tinubu. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock, so keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM once it's 8:20. This morning, we'll be back with Birthday Splash. Until we meet again, I am Martin. Have a fabulous morning.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebona FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Government, whatever.
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, in your community, SR number the post every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebona 103.5 FM as street reports on fools in your face. On Emas Ebona the corner 24/7, 24/7.
Akụkọ ifo, ilu Igbo nakwa abụ bụ ihe eji mara ndị Igbo. Ya mere Igbo ji kwuo okwu sị na ọnwa tibe iji agụba ngwụrọ kpatara na akata ụka dị onye ọrịa mma ọsị ka ewelitekwa onye isi. N'ihe ndị a niile ka onye ọka mmụta Maazị Chinua Achebe jiri kwuo sị n'ihe anyị ji apụta egwu ọnwa abụghị na onye ọbụla nọ na be ya agaghị ahụ ọnwa, kama ma ọ bụ ka anyị nọrịa nnọrịkọta nke ụmụnne. Sonyere Maazị Prince Onyekachukwu Oreki Chaka Chaka n'ebe ọ na-adị FM 103.5 kwa ụbọchị Fraịde ọbụla ma ọ kụọ elekere 7 nke uhuruchi n'oge akụkọ ifo, ilu Igbo nakwazi abụ Igbo. Ịnụgo akụkọ mbe nwaanyịga, ịnụgo akụkọ agụ na ọsa. Bịa ndị nta akara, ndị prima nakwa ndị sekọndịrị. Sonyere Chaka Chaka n'ebe ọ na-adị FM 103.5 n'oge akụkọ ifo ụbọchị Fraịde ma ọ kụọ elekere 7 nke uhuruchi. Ka akọrọ gị akụkọ ifo, ka a jụọ ajụjụ, ka ịzakwa. Ịzata ajụjụ akpọrọ gị aka, mana ọ bụrụ na ịzataghị abịawa gị azụ. Ịma ka o si adị n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM oge akụkọ ifo. Ka anyị nọrọ ya akụkọ ifo, ilu Igbo ya nakwa abụ Igbo n'ebe ọ na-adị FM 103.5. Oke ibe mmụta dị n'ime ya.
Ichi ya abịa, ichi ya abịa, ichi ya abịa, ichi ya abịa. I love you, I love you, I miss you.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona 103.5 FM. It's Martin Ifeanyi every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a bet.
ezinụlọ
Ọdịmma ezinụlọ. Ama ezinụlọ bụ ọdịmma obodo. Onye doziri ezinụlọ edozigo obodo. Family is the foundation of the society. Na ọdịmma ezinụlọ n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM bụ ebe anyị ga na-etinye anya n'okwu gbasara ezinụlọ.
Papa, mama na ụmụaka maka ịmata ihe gbasara ezinụlọ. Sonyelu Classic Lady.
Emenaри. Classic Lady.
N'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5
p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelts as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanshuku, aka Meta.
And Tracy FEMNR, aka Classy.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
On the morning drive.
103.5 Ebona DFM.
Wash Green Hotel and Suites present 2 days Valentine Carnival. Guest artists, Awu Polite Band, DJ Young, Carnival Girls, Red Carpet, 4 p.m. Men event, 5 p.m. till dawn. Featuring music, dance, comedy, drama, runway show. Venue is Yogini Village, Ogidi, Idemili Local Government, Anambra State. Saturday, 17th and Sunday, 18th February, 2024. Wash Green Hotel and Suites, 2 days Valentine's Carnival. Come and experience love in its fullest.
Odogwu na South ị na-achọ ịgba m na si South bata obodo a na-enwere na Star Pilot Enterprises ka ị ga-enweta ties gom eji ama ya fomu dị iche iche rechargeable lantern globe ịmaọzi n'ọfa nwere corrugated and galvanized zinc nails into dị iche iche roofer frame foreign doors HDF chrome flush door high density fiber 3 feet times 7 feet and other foreign doors na tiles follow ceramic tiles porcelain quarry tiles mosaic and many more pana supply n'ebe ọbụla ịchọ ka ha supply ya makwuolu gị ya bụ tiles chọgakwa na line I number 4 building materials Ogidi bechagodo na approta 080 34460379.
Obodense bụ ebe anyị na-anọ atụgharị uche n'ife gbasara okirikiri ebe anyị bi, omenala